Hey, I'm glad that you are stopping by. I appreciate you guys coming to my channel. And I really wanted to do something because I had this pain on my mind, and this is 8 things AEW can do to make their product better and compete with the WWE. No particular order. Number 1, stop putting on 10 to 14 matches for pay-per-view. They're way too long. The crowd is ready to go home and it's too worn out and it's drawn out. For example, I was watching a AEW pay-per-view the last time, and the pay-per-view went until 1 o'clock in the morning. Hence is why WWE actually split their events in half for the WrestleManias night 1 and night 2. It can also saturate the product, and people that are new to AEW can also be turned off by too much saturation. Number and too much matches. Too many titles in AEW. Okay, AEW is a startup company that's been around for 5 years or so, maybe close to 6, around that time. And right now, it is the too many titles have taken their prestige off of the major titles. For example, do you really need an AEW international title? You really don't. You don't need to showcase other titles as well on the program as well. And having these plethora of all these different titles doesn't really help and bring prestige to the title and to hold the titles, because at the end of the day, the top titles are supposed to be the AEW World Championship, the AEW's Women's Championship. The second titles has to be the AEW TNT Champion, AEW TBS Champion, and the Tag Team Champions should be. Now, I'm also going to make another suggestion that is not documented in this video, is that AEW needs to have women's tag team championships as well. Those should be the titles that AEW should focus on, and not focus on having all these extra titles. So what is that, about 5 to 6 titles? So cut the other 7 titles, 6 to 7 titles, and it will add more prestigious to the title as well. Number 3, cut the fat from your roster. 191 wrestlers on your roster. Hey WWE Universe, are you ready to take your fandom to the next level? As a proud member of a partner of the WWE shop, we got the great wrestling gear for the ultimate wrestling fan. From WWE Championship belts, collectibles, WWE shop has it all. Show support for your favorite superstars with officially licensed merch you won't find anywhere else. Perfect for every age, whether you're adding your collection or you're starting a new one. Join the WWE Universe and wear with pride with the best gear from WWE shop. Head over now and check out the amazing selection. It's extremely too large. Your roster should not be between 40 to 60 wrestlers per roster. And this particular issue got TNA in trouble when they were at their highest rate, and 100% got WCW in trouble, to a point where AEW is making similar mistakes to WCW, which is having wrestlers they're paying that aren't even being on the show or any type of regular basis, or they're just sitting at home for months. Number 4, run smaller arenas and selected markets. For example, if you are in the New Orleans area and AEW demographics may not be as popular in that area based on the TV market, maybe run the 3,000 to 3,500 for that arena for AEW Dynamites or Collisions or Rampage, whatever their television programs that they decide to run. That way you're sure you have a full arena. You have still a good size arena, because mid-size arenas are still very profitable. And actually, there's a new study that is saying that more arenas are being built that are mid-size now than the regular extravagant 15 to 20,000 arenas. Now, with this said, this is not a knock on AEW. If AEW goes to Chicago, then yes, you go 8 to 20,000 based off of your ticket sales per arena, because that's one of their strongest markets. Seem like New York would be one of their strongest markets as well. Number 5. Now this number 5 can be a very tricky option. They have two options. They can go two different ways with this. And what I mean is, if we're referring, what are you talking about? Well, as far as their Rampage and their Collision programming. So with their AEW Collision and Rampage programming, you can do this. I recently went to a AEW event and I had a good time, but I did notice some things that they could easily change and make it more better for TV, as well as the consumer and the person buying the ticket. For example, when I went to the show, they had a 7:30 bell time. That 30 minutes bell time, they could easily wipe those matches off the card. They could have used that 30 minutes for Rampage. Better yet, they could have did a 5:45, a 6 o'clock bell time. My apologies, a 6:30 or 7 p.m. bell time for the opening matches. That way, people are coming into the arena, and about time 7:15, 7:30 happens, people are fully in their seats. You don't have to black out the show, and you don't, and also you don't. It gives more of a louder fan experience for the fan that paid their ticket, where we're not being exhausted after watching 2.5 hours of wrestling for us to stick around for another hour of production through wrestling as well. That way the consumer still is fresh with the wrestling, and also it looks greater on TV. Number 6. No more EVP power. Now, in the last year or so, they have said, this is allegedly and rumors, so this may not even be true, that Tony Khan has gained more dominance with his power structure than he has before. Now, with that said, no more EVPs. That everyone that has helped started the company, even Cody Rhodes, gets a small percentage of stock or company profits, and that way is a kind of a severance package, and a way of saying we thank you so much for helping us with the product and getting it off his feet. You're the ones that are instrumental in it, but at the same time the company is making changes structurally, and I need to have more say so, and going to a committee is not working as well. Number 7. All your AEW top stars especially have to be at the shows, whether it's signing before the show to boost last minute ticket sales, or also being on scene, because in the wrestling business it's better to be seen as well, because you can make all the money in the world, but it's better to be seen. So with that said, Kenny Omega has been missing from TV quite some time. He could literally make appearance on TV. He could do some guest spots, commentary. He can show up. He can do some signings. There's things you add to use your talent. WWE does this very well. For example, CM Punk has been hurt for a while now, and he's pretty much I would say at least twice a month. It seems like he's either at NXT, he's on Raw, he's on SmackDown, and this way that keeps eyes on their top stars, and also that means that it would generate to create ticket sales to be higher, as well as generate your TV product to be even better, because your top stars are on TV and everybody wants to see their top stars. For example, where has Britt Baker been? I'm sure she's walking by now or out of her situation. She could have been easily on TV. She could be coming to the ring. She could be on commentary. She could be an announcer. She could be opening to the show. There's something in capacity you could do, or signings before the shows as well. I admit I was very disappointed because there were two stars that I could not see at the show. There was no Jon Moxley, and also Jon Moxley was actually healthy and he wasn't there. And I don't care if you're running a partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling or not, you're supposed to be in attendance, because I paid to see Jon Moxley and he wasn't there. And also Mercedes Moné was not there as well, and that's one person I've never seen live, and that is your top person. You're paying millions of dollars and they're not even in attendance. Number 8, the most controversial one that's gonna maybe piss some people off, but it's the one you need. 100% you need. Hire Eric Bischoff as your consultant. Tony Khan hires Eric Bischoff as his consultant to help run day-to-day operations of AEW better. What this does is this gives you another insight of someone that has beaten the WWE, and that one has given insight of how to run a TV show at a successful rate, and also can give you eyes on the product and actually help you become a better boss if you've never ran a wrestling company before. And this is not a knock on Tony Khan at all. All this is just to see if there's some ideas that Eric has, some things haven't, and what do you know? Can't hurt to have Hulk Hogan on a couple of AEW shows, could it?